What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the From Visions to Setting You and Achieving Your Goals workshop. How's everyone doing? Welcome, 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 welcome. And if you're watching this after it's being recorded, welcome. So, the point of this workshop is to get you prepared for the new year, and it's preparing you to get the vision of what you want to see and how you want to feel in your new year. I think oftentimes when we set goals from, and I'm going to go deeper to it, from a sense of what everyone else is doing and not really about what we want. So today we're really going to get into it and taking our vision that we have and getting to know our vision a little bit more to setting the goals that we would like to have for ourselves. So, first things first, again, welcome. I'm just going to share my screen here so that we can get started. I'm not sure if you've been thinking about what kind of goals or anything you have in mind recently, but this is the perfect time because when I work with my clients, some of the things that they all say is like, my coach, I don't even know where to begin. And the whole point is to figure out what our vision is and get to know what we visualize so we can work from authenticity versus just doing things just because other people are doing it. So let's get into it. Now, first things first, as always, this is a safe space. So, be kind to yourself, be kind and respectful to others. Um, and those are the only rules I really have. And we're just gonna take a second and we're gonna just ground ourselves. So I want to take 3 deep breaths with you. I invite you to do so. And we're gonna inhale clarity and we're gonna exhale any pressures that we have. Okay, so this just close down your eyes if you feel comfortable. We're gonna inhale through our nose, clarity. Now we're gonna exhale any pressures we have. This next breath that you take, I want you to start visualizing the clarity. What does it look like to you? What does it feel like? So inhale the clarity through your nose. Any pressures that you've had, exhale it out. One more time. Inhale through our nose, clarity. And we're just going to exhale the pressure. Get that good energy going and flowing. All right. So I want you to think of just one word that captures the energy you want to carry into 2026. What is just one word that captures the energy you want to carry to 2026? This is a good way of just honing down on the things that mean the most to you in this season. And I use words or phrases or mottos that I carry into the new year as a way to remind my why. Like, this is my why for the year. And it's a great way to just center yourself. It's a great way in the moments of when you don't feel, I don't really want to do this. I'm not in the energy. It brings you back to why you're doing it in the first place. So just write down one word that captures your energy you want to carry into 2026. Now, the thing about goal setting, and here's the truth about it, is again, like I was saying before, most people, we set our goals based on what we think we should be doing. We set it from a sense of pressure. We set it from a sense of what society is probably telling us, that word, this is what you got to be doing, and not our purpose, right? That word purpose is tough for a lot of us because we think it is connected to, in a sense, we think it's connected to make others happy, but in the end, like, we're not happy with some of it. Sorry, what I meant was off top. I lost train of thought there. We think of purpose as receiving, like, accolades, which are great, but honestly, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, your purpose starts with you. It's just you being yourself, your authentic self, and that's where your purpose aligns. we tend to forget that. Your purpose is primarily how you wanna live, what's important to you, what makes you feel good, what makes you feel like you wanna get out and get started and get going. That's where your purpose is, and once you connect to that, everything kind of just aligns and just comes into alignment, and it feels more intentional in the end. We're no longer just chasing, just achievement and those certificates and the awards. We're gonna start aiming for alignment. When you're thinking about your goals that you're setting, when you take a step back and I've done this before and I've done this with clients, when you work on and towards the things that are aligning for you, you find it's naturally going to come to you. And when you remove the pressure by doing the things that you want to do, doing the things that is aligned with your purpose, it makes it more easier free flowing for your goals to align to you. So we're doing it differently this year. We're choosing intention over hustle. Hustle is great, but it could lead to a lot of damage. It could be detrimental in the end to you. We're gonna choose authenticity over comparison. Comparison, of we've heard it. It's the thief of joy, but it's also the thief of time. It takes away the time that you could be spending doing and being in the purpose and your alignment and connecting to your attention and being intentional. Jeez, my words today. And being intentional. So remember, comparison is the thief of joy. This is true, but comparison could also be the thief of your time. And purpose over performance. Your purpose will be your performance. If you're just constantly going, okay, I need to just constantly perform. This is what I got to. If you align with your purpose, which is you being yourself, you'll be driven to have a great, to have an outline of a great performance. You're going to be great because it's naturally coming to you. It doesn't feel like it's forced. It's a natural feeling, and you're going to want to do it even more. So again, let's take a step back and reflect for a moment. Before we set any goals, I want you to ask yourself, and this is a couple of good journaling prompts, or just ask yourself, what truly matters to me right now? What is your main priority for yourself in the present moment? What feels out of alignment? What are the things that just is not clicking? What are the things I may need to release? And because it is out of alignment right now in the season, and perhaps I just need to take a step back, or maybe I just need to release myself from it completely. What do I want to feel more of next year? Do you want more free time, more fun time, more love, more self-love, more self-care? What do I want to feel more of next year? What season am I in? Are you in building, healing, restoring, stabilizing, expanding? Like I often think of a farm where you will plant a crop, right? We plant a crop, and then there's a point where we have to reap from our crop. So we plant the seeds, we water, it grows, and then we reap, rinse and repeat, right? And that's a lot of what we're doing as humans. There's moments in our seasons in our lives where you're replanting or you're planting, you're waiting for it to grow and sprout, so you're still doing the work. And then there's a moment in season where you get to actually benefit from the crop that of the seeds that you planted and you constantly watered and nurtured and take care of. So what season are you in? And what does success look like for this version of me? Right now where you are in your present moment, what does success look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What are some of the ways that you could identify it or describe it to yourself? Right? These are good prompts to get to know what it is that you need, don't need, or would like to release from so that you can set goals intentionally. Remember, we're going after alignment, right? And we're instead of us choosing hustle, we're choosing intention. We're being intentional in this season. We're no longer going to be comparing what everybody else has. We're going to walk in our authentic self because we can't compare what we have going on based off what everyone else has going on. We got to focus on ourselves. We're removing the performance thought process and we're allowing the purpose one to drive us and be in the driver's seat of our goal setting. We got to start looking at goals as the map or like the blueprint to where we want to go. And I'm even going to show you how you could break down your goals. This is just like the layer work you need in order to know how to set your goals. Okay. Now, I kind of talked about visualizing what your goals look like and what does the future you look like when we did our deep breath. I invite you to close down your eyes, get an idea of what it looks like. So now we're going to try a visualization exercise. I love me visualization exercises primarily because it gets you to see the full picture. Maybe sometimes it's just a taste, but it gets to see where you are, where you're going. So I invite you to close down your eyes and I want you to imagine yourself 1 year from now. So you close down your eyes, you're seeing yourself a year from now. Where are you living in alignment? Yes, you are. Are you clear? Yes, you are. Are you calm? Yes, you are. Are you grounded? Yes, you are. This is your future self speaking to you. I want you to, as you see your future self, what do you see? What do you feel? Who have you become? Now I invite you to open up your eyes slowly. And if you have a piece of paper in front of you, I hope you do, 'cause you should be taking some notes. Write a few words that describe this version of you. And ask yourself, what did I see? How did I feel? And who have I become? Doing this exercise is a great way to get to know who your future self is. And the great part about that is you get an opportunity to know what to look forward to, what steps they took to get to where they are. And now you have to work towards the habits to reaching to where they are. You just have to ask yourself these questions. What do I see? How do I feel? Who have I become? And just write down a few words that describe this version of you. Strong, smart, um, careful, successful. What are some of the words that come to your mind when you see that future version of yourself? Now, I'm going to introduce to you the Living Dope way of how to set your goals moving forward. And we're going to break it down per letter. The word is dope, DOPE, and we're going to break it down per letter. And as we're breaking it down, whatever comes to your mind to answer these questions to yourself, if not, come back to this as well. It's just a great way to get to know. The more you watch this video and this workshop, the more you're going to be able to say, okay, I didn't think about that then. So let's start off with D. Defined by values. What does this goal honor in you? The goal that you're thinking of setting. What does this goal honor in you? Originates from purpose. Okay. Why does this matter in your life right now? So remember, what does this goal honor you? And why does this even matter? Like, why does this goal that you're thinking of setting even matter with you right now? Personal and peace focused. Does this goal support your well being and your truth? Or is it somebody else's goal that you picked up and you saw a TikTok video and you said, yo, I should try this, or Instagram video or Facebook or YouTube said, I want to try that? No. Does this goal support your well being and your truth? And lastly, E, embodied through action. Ooh, the word action. How will you live this intention daily? Let's pause for a second there. How will you live this intention daily? When you're setting a goal, and oftentimes we set a goal, "Mwah, great, it's out there in the universe." No, no, no. It takes a daily action in order for you to achieve said goal. It takes a 1% mindset sometimes in order for you to reach that goal. Don't put yourself in any type of pressure when you're doing it either, because you're pouring that energy into it. Pressure is going to arise. That's because no matter what, this is your baby. This is something that you want to work on and you want to achieve. But sometimes we tend to forget the days where we only had 50% to give and we only gave 50%. We feel like we didn't give enough. You gave 50%, you gave 100%. If that's all you had, that's what you gave. Even if you put in 1 hour a day, every day, it's 365 hours in a year that you dedicated to your craft, to what it is that you're trying to accomplish, to your goal. Even if you just do half of that, we need to stop minimizing the small steps we take, because the small steps is what builds the big foundational steps over time. I want you to think about a brick or a center block that's attached to a house that builds a house. One brick that goes missing, what happens to the entire foundation? What could potentially happen? The whole thing falls. So don't minimize the small steps, because the intentional daily steps is what's going to get you closer to achieving your goal. Just wanted to add that in. Okay. The aligned goal builder. So you want to have three focus areas on your goals for 2026. Okay. Personal and well-being. You got to take care of you. I put that number one because we forget about our own personal goals. We put like, I want to buy this car, this house, get a new job, blah, blah, blah. No, if you could get all those things, but if you ain't taking care of yourself, how is it benefiting you? Right? So make sure that you have your own personal and well-being, numero uno, okay? Purpose and career, right? Like that's the things you're working towards, your career, your purpose, the things that's like it for entrepreneurs, that could be for you as well. Connection and relationships. And that could be friendships, of course, relationships with significant others, relationships with your family. Break it down in those focus areas. Okay, so those are your three focus areas: personal well-being, purpose and career, and then connection and relationships. You want to break them down. And how you could break them down, see if I could show you. Just grab a piece of paper here. Don't know if it's going to show on camera any good. But if you have like a journal, by the way, Dollarama is your friend. I'll always say that the dollar store is your friend. You got a piece, or if not, you grab yourself a piece of paper. Just draw a line. In this case, you could put personal well-being here. You put purpose and career here. And on the back, then you could put, another one, connections and relationships. And if you have something else, you could put that there. Just write down what is important for you. These are your focus areas. What's important for you? So what habits are you doing? What would you like to improve in these areas of your life? Okay, so accountability and comparison, we talked about that a bit, how comparison could be the thief of joy, but also it could be a thief of your time. Accountability and pressure, it's about alignment and honesty. When again, the reason why this is so important to me is because I have a lot of people that come to me like, Coach, I really want to do this. I want to set these goals. And I'm like, that's great. But are you setting your goals or are you setting somebody else's goals? You got to think about that. You always want to set the goals that are important to you and not what everybody else is doing. Now, I want you to think about how you're going to word it. And it's great to have like a motto or a sentence. I technically have words on my vision board of just indicating what it is that my main goal is. And the greatest way to do it is to break it down. So, for example, I'm no longer chasing goals. I'm aligning with who I'm becoming. And that's what is that? That's a great motto to use. If you want to use it for your vision board, by all means. You're no longer chasing the goals. You're aligning with who you are becoming, which is connected to your purpose and to your future self that you visualized. And remember that your goals are an act of self-respect. What is a personal affirmation that you have for yourself for 2026? I have two that I can share with you. I keep them here super close. Actually, I have like three. Yeah, I have three at my desk here. And I'll share them with you. These affirmations have held me down over the years. And I recite. I go to dollar. I'm a queen of index cards. I go to the Dollarama store, the dollar store. I grab a bunch of index cards. I make my own affirmation cards here. Over time, when I hear affirmations, I'm like, I like that one. I'm gonna roll with it. So one that you can use is start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. I'm gonna repeat that one again. I love this one. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can. Basically, that is saying you're gonna start exactly where you are on whatever goal that you're trying to set for 2026. Are you gonna use the things around you? You sometimes you don't need to purchase anything. You probably already have the tools to get started right now around you. And do what you can. Like I said, maybe it's an hour a day or 30 minutes a day that you're focusing on that goal. I'm going to use my weight loss journey as an example. I remember everyone saying, and I've lost weight before, I've gained and lost, but I remember I used to work out an hour a day, and I did at that point in my life a year ago, I was like, I ain't doing that. I got older, I was like, ah. So I ended up doing 30 minutes a day, every day, 6 days a week. As a result, over I think it was 8 months, I lost 8 or 9 months, 40 pounds, 8 or 9 months, maybe even less. I can't remember. And I've been able to maintain that. I didn't purchase anything new. I already had all the equipment here. I didn't get a gym membership. I just worked out here, got up early, and that was that. That's literally all I did. I started right where I was. I used what I have, and I did the best that I could. 30 minutes is all I was going to give. 30 minutes is all I did give, right? I didn't look at what everyone else was doing. I just did what I needed to do for myself. So that's the point of that affirmation. Another affirmation I have is in order to receive, you must become, which basically means in order to receive the things you want in your life, the things that you see in your visualization exercise, you have to become the person now to get it, to align with it. So in order for you to receive, you must become that person. So if that person is, let's say, getting up early or has certain types of values, has certain type of habits, you have to instill that within yourself starting today, one by one. You could do habit stacking, which you start one, okay, you're comfortable with it, then you add another one, okay, you're comfortable with those two, then you add a third one, and just keep stacking along the way. And the last affirmation that I have been keeping on my desk, I haven't swapped them because I guess they've just been, you know, sticking with me. I'm always in the right place at the right time. The reason why that one hit me so much was because you are where you're supposed to be. Even if it's a space of uncomfortability, you have to sit in it for a bit. There's some things that you've been asking for and trying to manifest. You may have blockages along the way, and you got to get clear of that stuff in order to make room for the things that you'd like to have in your life. So let's get into how you could create your own action plan. Now you're going to define 3 top aligned goals. Now that we have an idea, we're not going to be comparing. We're going to come from authenticity. We're going to be aligning with our purpose of who we really are, which is connected to authenticity, obviously. And at the same time, we know how we want to set the goals. Let's go back. Personal and well-being, purpose and career, and connection relationships. Now it's a time that we're going to break it down by setting 3 aligned goals. Now you're going to write down a small action step for each goal. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you want to, I'll use the weight one again. Let's say you want to lose a few pounds or whatever. Let's say like you want to lose 20 pounds. You break it down. How much pounds is I want to lose per week? Let's say it's 2.5 pounds. Cool. Healthy. That's fine. Let's say, for example, it's going to take you getting rid of sugar, eating more vegetables and more protein and less I don't know. Like I'm just giving you idea. Working out 30 to 40 minutes a day or however that case may work, taking 2 days off to rest or 1 day off to rest, drinking more water, reducing your alcohol intake. So like what's one out of that? What is one small step are you going to take for each goal? I'm just giving you example. Think of the small steps. Remember what I said, the 1%, the small bricks that you lay are the most important ones because that is what builds consistency and that also brings like your dedication to it as well. And eventually you'll achieve your goal. And identify one small practice that keeps you grounded. Just one. Personally, for me, it's prayer, having conversations with God, journaling, meditation. These are the things that keep me grounded, and occasionally music, believe it or not. Those are the things that keep me grounded. Those are things that take care of me the most. And revisit your goals monthly with intention. I revisit my goals weekly personally, but that took again habit stacking over time. The reason why I look at my goals weekly is because I break down my goals per quarter, and from per quarter I break it down per month, and then per month I break it down per week, and then per week I break it down per day. And that's how I've been doing it for the last few years, and it allows me to achieve my goals and then some, to be honest. And remember, this right here. This I set goals not to prove. We're not setting goals to prove to anybody. We're setting goals to align, right? We're not trying to chase, but we're to choose. Remember you have a choice. Not to perform, but to become. Going back to my affirmation, start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. And then the other one was in order to receive, I must become. We're not here to perform for anybody. We're taking the mask off. We're going to be free flowing. We're going to be walking our alignment. We're not going to be chasing. We're going to be aligning, and we're going to choose what we want to do for ourselves, which aligns us to our purposes. So I hope you got some clarity of how to set goals and how maybe you want to set the goals for 2026 from a place of purpose, from a place of intention, and a place of alignment. All right. All right. I will see you on the next workshop, next free workshop. Hope you enjoyed it. And here's to 2026 because we're going to be making this year coming with intention. We're coming with alignment. We're walking in our purpose. I hope you enjoyed today's workshop, and I'll see you when I see you. You know what to do. Walk with peace, walk with love.